Hello everyone, this is Anil Khwaja, Registered Migration Agent and co-founder ThinkHack Consultants, inviting you to one of the biggest open day happening at ThinkHack Consultants on 17 June. That is on Saturday, starting from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. There would be exciting activities happening, lots of scholarships. We would be providing you on-spot admission services. Our counselor will lodge your application without any further ado on the same day. What you need to do is to bring your documents along with the application form. If you don't have it, then we will be providing you that services as well. We also would be waiving up to $500 enrollment fee to your applications. For instance, if any of the college have an enrollment fee, this will be waived by ThinkHack Consultants just only for you. So don't miss and join this education open day.
Hello everyone, hope you're doing amazing today. We are back yet again with another live session with the Mara agent, Mr. Anil Khwaja. Hi Anil, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good as well. Thank you so much for asking. So, as we mentioned earlier, today we are going live in regards to discuss about the best trade courses as well as the benefits of studying in the regional area and all the regional study options as well. So, let's just wait for some viewers. They will be joining us soon. So, we will be starting with the first questions in regards to the states, Anil. So, in regards to the regional study options, please help us to know that what are the best states when it comes to the regional studies.
All right. So, very good question. In regards to the state sponsorships, lots of states have its different streams. So, few of them only focus on getting the employment stream, whereas there are few other states which only focus on education as well. Now, at the moment, Northern Territory is one of the good states which promotes the state sponsorship towards the study pathway. So, for instance, if you have studied anything in NT for 2 years and you have a positive skill assessment, then you can apply for 491 straight away. Now, obviously, if you fall under their list and you have a positive skill assessment and you have studied there for 2 years, then ultimately you have an option to apply for 190 as well. So, NT is a very good state, very safe. And we are one of the ambassadors of NT study as well. So we have always advocate about going to the NT for a regional study in order to get the PR or the PR pathway quicker. Now, the second state we have is the New South Wales. Now, New South Wales has made a recent changes in the last 2 years back. Earlier, it was not in a study pathway out there, but now they only have limited the study pathway to 491 only. So if you study in a regional New South Wales for 2 years, and again, if you have a positive skill assessment, then you can apply for a 491 and they give you the invitation quite quicker. Now, only thing here that you need to have your study relevant to your nominated occupation. So regardless of NT, if you go with New South Wales, you have to have a nominated occupation study. So for instance, if you have a mechanical engineering skill assessment, then more likely you need to have a relevant study out there. Maybe you can go with certificate 3 in engineering for diploma, or if you're an accountant, you can go with the management courses. But that is how it's going to work it out. Okay. Now, the third state, which is quite interesting, is South Australia. Now, South Australia has a hybrid model. They also promote 1 year study there. And apart from that, there's a 2 year study stream as well. Now, if you do a 1 year study, then you leads to a 491 only. 2 year study will lead to 190. But then again, if you are high distinction applicant or graduate, then they may consider for 190. But say if you have study in any occupation out there for 1 year, 2 years study, then you need to work in a nominated occupation for 3 months also. If you go with a regional study, say South Australia, you're living in a regional South Australia, and then you wanted to apply for this 491, then you don't actually require to work in the nominated occupation. Any occupation is fine. But it has to be minimum 30 hours per week. So if you work 30 hours per week, then you would able to get the 491. But the issue is now, from the 1st July, the rules are changing.
Mm.
So those who are either on a master's dependent or on a work visa like 408, they can only be able to apply for South Australia as per the current rules.
Okay.
So we need to keep a close eye what they come up with the next year, because obviously if you're doing with a study stream, they would have an idea the department has changed the work rights
Yeah.
now. So they might reduce down to 20 hours. So we need to keep a close eye on that one.
Yeah.
Then I think the last stage would be the Tasmania, most common study destination. Lots of people do. 2 years of study leads to a 190,
Yeah.
but obviously your occupation and your qualification needs to be in the TESOL list or in the critical list that go with the 190, and they have other streams as well.
Yeah.
So if you're working in a nominated occupation for 3+ months, recently we are doing one of the application. I think we have done it this morning. So that is in the green. She's getting the green. What do you call
Pass.
and ultimately she's applying for 190.
Perfect.
So this is how it's going to work it out. So my priority would be NT, New South Wales, South Australia, and then Tasmania.
Okay, so I hope you all heard that. So the 4 hot states when it comes to the regional study option, that would be New South Wales, NT, South Australia, and Tasmania. So those would be the best states where if you're planning to do the study in the regional areas. However, Anil, what about the other states? Like for Victoria and for Perth, what about these states? Like how it works for the regional
Okay,
states?
so another important state, Western Australia, very good. You picked up. So Western Australia also have a study stream now.
Mhm.
If you can see, there is a graduate stream where if you studied in Western Australia and you have a work contract for at least a year, or you've been working in an occupation for 6 months,
Mhm.
then you can apply for straight away on the graduate stream.
Yeah.
They can invite you both for either for 190 or 491, depending on what the UI you have lodged.
Yeah.
Most likely they are giving 190s and 491 both. So you need to see which exactly profile goes further with which stream.
Yeah.
If you have a lesser points, then obviously go with the 491. If you have more points, then 190 would be an ideal. So again, for Western Australia, it's 2 year study,
Mhm.
but a very good state. They have the highest number of invitations and nomination with compared to all other states.
Mhm.
So if you go with that one, then ultimately you have a benefit as well. And if you've seen last year, they have got the added what you call the quota as well, 5,000 more seats last year.
Perfect.
So you can see if states seats are exhausted, they still request the state to give you more additional seats, and they got it. So that's the best part. Victoria yet to announce the the study stream, but what we have heard recently that they will be promoting their graduate program more. So those who have studied in Victoria will get a more priority towards getting the 491 190 instead of those who are interstate.
Okay.
Queensland is not promoting any study pathway, and I think there's another state. Which state we have missed?
Canberra.
ACT. So ACT also have a study pathway, but it's really hard to get the ACT skill assessment because of ACT nomination, because they also require to meet the Canberra matrix as well.
Mm.
So ultimately, I won't suggest ACT would be an ideal. But again, if you're studying a master or STEM study for 2 years or 3 years, bachelor master program, then ACT can be a good option for you.
Yeah. Okay. So in regards to that 5 states now rather than 4, so
Yes.
which of these states are taking the applicants from the other state as well?
At the moment, no one for the study pathway.
Mhm.
Only they are giving the employment pathway as the interstate, for instance, NT.
Yeah.
So if you have not studied in NT, then you have to stay in NT for at least 2 years, or in some cases 1 year if you
Mhm.
fall under their nominated occupation list, and then you have to work full time in that nominated occupation. So it's pretty tough.
Mhm.
New South Wales, they want you to study in New
Yeah.
South Wales with no liberty. And again, for all states, you have to be in that state and study.
Okay.
Otherwise, go with an employment stream.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I hope you all heard that. So in regards to the study pathway, we have one more addition to that, that is Western Australia, with a very, very higher chances and 5,000 more seats when it comes to the invites as well. They have got that very recently. So Western Australia is also one of the best options for you when it comes to the regional study options. We will be taking a short break now, and then we will be back to discuss about the trade courses and all the skill assessments which are related to it. So let's take a short break and we will be right back.
Hello everyone, this is Anil Khwaja, registered migration agent and co-founder of Think Hack Consultants, inviting you to one of the biggest open day happening at Think Hack Consultants on 17 June. That is on Saturday. starting from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. There would be exciting activities happening, lots of scholarships. We would be providing you on-spot admission services. A counselor will lodge your application without any further ado on the same day. What you need to do is to bring your documents along with the application form. If you don't have it, then we will be providing you that services as well. We also would be waiving up to $500 enrollment fee to your applications. For instance, if any of the college have an enrollment fee, this will be waived by Think High Consultants just only for you. So don't miss and join this education open day.
Hello everyone, welcome back. So I just before we start with the next question, I want to inform you that Think Higher will organize an open day on 17th of June from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday. You can come to level 3 105 Queen Street for this open day and you will be get amazing services. We will provide on spot admission process. We will help you with the counseling. If you are applying for the admission, we can waive off up to $500 enrollment fee as well, and many more services and prizes. So do come and visit us on open day on 17th of June from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. So welcome back, Anil.
Thank
So
you.
we will be discussing now about the other trade courses, because we discussed about the regional
Right.
study, and now we will be discussing about the trade courses which will be helping it out in the same way. So please tell us about some of the courses which are considered under the trade courses and how that works for the PR path.
All right. So they see mainly the trade courses comes under the level of vocational education training. So that is certificate 3, 4, diploma and advanced diploma. So now trade courses in Australia compared to the other countries, because in Pakistan and India, mainly we believe trade courses like import and export courses or logistic. But here in Australia, the trade courses are more towards the labor and the ones which requires you to have the more label challenges, like it's a physical the courses you do it more sort of polytech courses. So for instance, carpentry, commercial cookery, automotive, fabricator, painting and decorating, wall and floor tiling. So these all cabinet making. So these all comes under the trade occupation. Now, all trade occupations require you to have a skill assessment done through the Trade Recognition Australia. Now, obviously, TRA, which is also called a TRA. Now, there is a difference between TR and TRA. Lots of people feel like TR and TRA is same. TR is called the temporary residency, whereas TRA is a Trade Recognition Australia. So TRA is a visa surplus 485, whereas TRA, Trade Recognition Australia, is the assessment body which assess the trade qualifications. Now, once you study 92 weeks of your course, then you can apply for a TRA. There are 4 stages out there. One is called the provisional skill assessment. Then there are 3 other stages, which is called the job ready program, where you can do a job ready program assessment. Then there would be a workplace test. And then at the end, you need to submit all the documents in order to get the full skill assessment. Now, this is the second stage, but obviously the first stage is to select which occupation or which course will best lead to the PR. That's what we are discussing here. Now, all courses are good because as far as the PR is concerned, most of the trade courses are required by all the states. For instance, Victoria, they are also promoting lots of trade qualifications. But again, if you comes under the STEM, then it would be easier. If it's not STEM, then Victoria would be a bit tougher. But let's talk about the generic TP trade courses, which leads to a direct permanent residency. Now, commercial cookery, and you can become chef. That's one of the very good courses. Lots of people does it, and they still require lots of chefs in Australia. So one of the top most trade course in Australia, and I can vouch anytime. Any states which we discussed in the first half, that NT or whatever, the Victoria, Western Australia, New South Wales, all require chefs, and their occupation is in their study stream as well. So one thing, chef commercial cookery is good. The good part with the commercial cookery is you also get a positive skill assessment as a cook automatically. So you get the both skill assessment of cook and chef, and that leads to a good opportunity to apply for state sponsorship if few of the states only require cooks. That is one option you're going to always have it. Now, the second one, which I believe is the more popular, is the automotive, but I won't keep it as a second priority. My second priority would be either a metal fabricator or painting and decorating. Now, these 2 trades are very good in terms of getting the jobs, whereas they also have a high demand of getting a permanent residency quicker compared to commercial cookery. Because again, it's my first priority, but again, if you take a weightage of painting, decorating, and metal fabricator, they have more weightage because they we do have less skilled workers in Australia, and it's very hard course to do it. So if you're passionate about getting these courses, then you should go with this one. This will lead to a direct job because jobs are quite easier there. We have lots of friends. We have done 186 for them, employer sponsorship, keeping 3 years of experience after Cert 3, and they are all successful. So commercial cookery, then painting and decorating, metal fabricator, then the fourth one would be the cabinet making. It's a very unique course. Not many institutes offer that one, but again, if you do this one, then ultimately you have lots of options to go for, even to lots of furniture industries, or maybe towards a carpenter you can be a self contractor as well, even to the building and construction industry as well. They require carpentry in terms of, when the furnishing is there, or building a house, you require carpenters. So another good course. And there, that's where they require cabinet making in terms of kitchen cabinets and all those, or maybe customized ones. So this is the one. Then again, we have also that's called the electrician, the auto electrician one. That is different to the mechanical engineering automotive. That is also you can do it. Another very good course in terms of applying for the PR. Now there are other courses which are not very trade, but we consider them toward the trade course. They are telecom and civil engineering. Now, if you go with a civil engineering draft person course like civil engineering design or diploma of civil engineering, the both are same, and that leads to a direct PR. You don't require to go to the TRA. Again, to the Engineering Australia is straight away. Another one is called the Advanced Diploma Telecom or Diploma Advanced Diploma of IT bracket Telecom, whatever you say. It will lead to a telecom network officer or telecom network planner. That leads to another PR pathway. So these are the courses which I believe these are the top trade courses which I can always vouch on.
Yeah. So in regards to the civil construction design diploma and telecom, so what is the pathway for the skill assessment for Engineers Australia?
Okay, so pathway is quite easier. You once you finish this one, now the good part is lots of these courses you don't require to write a CDR. So you can directly go with an aggregated pathway. So there are two pathways: Washington Accord aggregation, Sydney Accord aggregation. Generally, we do with Washington Accord aggregation. So once you finish this one, you straight away apply for aggregated course pathway to the Engineering Australia, and they normally assess you. Second one, if they decline, then you can go with the CDR pathway as well. You need to write 3 CDRs, and that will do for you. So that's a quickest pathway. You don't require any employer to get a skill assessment done. Easier, cheaper, and hassle free. Yeah, that is how the skill assessment pathway works.
So as we all discussed, so in regards when it comes to your houses, painting, tiling, cabinet making, everything is related to your house itself. So all the trade cases, one way or another, is related to your house only. And then we have cookery, we have metal fabricators as well, which are one of the best trade courses you can do for an easy skill assessment as well through JRP. Now, when it comes to the civil construction design and telecom, you have to go with the skill assessment with the Engineers Australia without any employer. So how easy that could be? This is the easiest way out for the PR pathway, and when it by doing very simple easy courses. So I think this is the best option when it comes to the PR pathway as well as the regional study options. So if you have any further queries, you can let us know. You can call us on 0435600610, and you can have the appointment directly with Anil as well. And if you want to speak with the admission counselors, student visa counselors, we can do that as well for you. So I think we have covered everything, Anil. Thank you so much for being with us today.
No worries at all, and I would invite all of our audience to come to the open day, as Aman said, and we've been promoting the open day for the last couple of weeks now. 17 June, starting at 12 p.m. and then it will end up at 4 p.m. And we will have lots of activities happening. We'll have a very good presentation happening for the courses and the leads to a student visa. If you're a visitor visa holder or a student visa holder, you wanted to change your course and apply for a new visa, then we are here to help you out. We can lodge on-spot visa applications. So we can lodge, as I said, on-spot applications for the onshore applicants. Offshore, obviously, you need to then send it to our designated email IDs. But for onshore, you're all invited. We can do on-spot admissions. As I said, this is the third time I'm repeating. So onshore, fourth time. So onshore, on-spot applications. And also, if you like to lodge a visa application, we also have a visa educational counselors here. I would be there at the seminar. And if everything goes well, we can grab your offer letter, then we can apply a visa straight away in next 2-3 days. There are few colleges we have which we can get an auto offer letters as well. So we'll let you know that on the open day as well. Whereas bring all your original documents or the scanned documents along with us so we can lodge your admission application straight away without even asking any further documents. All right. Another thing, we are also waiving up to $500.
Yeah.
Yes. So up to $500 enrollment fee. So whatever your college enrollment fee would be, we'll waive that one for you. Easy. You don't need to pay anything to the colleges. Nothing from my Think High consultants. We won't be charging any dime to you for this services. So latch on this one. Share this live, share this news to your friends and family. Invite to this event. We are in Melbourne, heart of the Melbourne CBD at the Queen Street. My team will be waiting for you, and we hope that we'll help you out on the open day. All the very best. And thank you, Aman, for this today's session. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Are you looking to apply for a student visa? Are you looking to convert your visitor visa to student visa? This is the right time. Join our open day happening on 17 June, Saturday from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. and our counselors will apply your on-spot admissions without any delay. That will lead you to apply for your visa application as early as possible. So don't miss out this opportunity. We also would be waiving up to $500 enrollment fee with massive scholarships.